This is my truck. These are my skid plates. And today I'll be showing you how to install your front skid plate all by yourself. But first, I gotta change into something a little more comfortable. And this is much better. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel. So 1 week from this coming Saturday, I will be returning to Sleepy Creek, West Virginia for some fun wheeling and overnight camping with a bunch of local Tacoma guys. And as you can see right here, I need to get my front skid plate and my transmission skid plate reattached to the truck. This video is just sharing with you something. It's not like it's an advanced technique or anything. It's just one of those situations where I wanted to share where it just proves that if you have the right tool, some of the stuff that seems sort of difficult can be extremely easy. So I'm going to show you how you can reattach or install your front skid plate by yourself. The first time I did this, I did not have the tool in question, so I was sitting there pretty much under here. I had my truck jacked up just a little bit. I was sitting under the truck holding the skid plate on my stomach and sort of leveling up there. It was not a pretty sight. I told you, don't nobody want to see this. And here are my skid plates in questions. I have the All-Pro IFS skid and the All-Pro transmission skid. The trans skid actually attaches to the back of the All-Pro skid, so I cannot actually put this one on unless this one is on as well. It doesn't really matter what kind of skid plate you have because they should all bolt up the same way. This is the front of the skid plate. You'll have 2 bolts right here, 2 here in the middle, which you will need a deep socket for, and then these 2 smaller bolts at the back. These front 4 bolts are all the same size, and I'm going to show you just how simple this is using a basic floor jack like this one. If you do not already have a floor jack and you plan on doing anything to your truck, go ahead and buy one. This is a perfect opportunity. Installing a skid with this is 1,000 times easier than the way I did it the first time, which, as you saw from the picture, I looked pretty much like a fool. I just weighed my skid plate and it came in at 55 pounds, which, you know, if you work out like I used to, 55 pounds doesn't sound like a lot. But when you're talking about you have to lift this off of your body and then align one of these holes to get the bolts in, it quickly becomes a pain in the butt. So using the floor jack will eliminate all of that. I'm just using a Harbor Freight floor jack, and I will, of course, put a link down in the description below where you can pick one up. And for the first step, you're going to go ahead and want to raise the floor jack so it clears anything over here. Since the skid plate will be resting on this, you don't want it bumping anything here. And all you're really going to do is try to get it as centered as possible, so if you let go of your skid plate while it's balanced here on the cup, that it won't fall or move or anything like that. You can see right here from mine, it's just a little off center, with the right side being slightly longer than the left side, so it's balanced so this won't fall off at all. Next, you want to make sure that the top of where your skid plate is right here is not too high so it's going to bang anything under here. You want to go ahead and raise it up as much as you can and then just slide it forward slowly and move it up a little bit at a time until it lines up with these front 2 holes. Once you get those in so it's going to hold it, you'll go ahead and attach the rear 2 bolts, and everything, the middle bolts at that point should be lined up, and then you just tighten everything down. And at this point I do have the front 2 bolts in, so I'm going to go ahead and snug those up so there's still some play in here, not all the way tight, so the front's not going to come down, so I can realign the back there. And you can see I've got the front 2 bolts there hanging it on. There's a little play up and down. There's also a little play here left and right, so I can adjust that as needed without worrying about the front falling down while I'm trying to do the rear bolts. And there you go. You can see I'm all armored up now, ready for the weekend. Again, installing a skid plate by yourself is a pain in the butt regardless, but hopefully you learned something useful from this video, that if you use the floor jack, at least starting the process is a lot easier than just trying to muscle it in there by hand. Alright everybody, can't wait to bring you some exciting wheeling and camping content in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. If this is your first time stopping by, go ahead and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.